Welcome to Hella Opinions, your home for all black everything. I'm Sylvia Obell, and joining us today are media personality Ray Holiday, TV host Ebony K. Williams, and business coach Jovian Zane, and content creator Rhonda Holder. What's up, y'all?
Yes.
Okay, so today's drink is I Want to Make Wine to You in honor of the biggest trending topic this week, but more on that in a bit. Let's cheers to a good show.
Yes. Somebody look at
everybody,
please.
Listen.
Thank
2019, let's start it right.
That's
Okay,
right,
let's
right.
answer on the hot note. Cheers.
Married, amen.
Okay, so let's get right into it. First of all, Tory Hart has come to the defense of her ex-husband, Kevin Hart, saying she does not believe the comedian is homophobic and that he was just, quote, making a joke. Trans actress India Moore tweeted, and LGBTQ people tearfully suffer from homophobia spawned by these kinds of jokes. What were your initial thoughts about that whole, it was like the longest day of my life.
It was.
Day that started with the tweets being uncovered.
Right.
I think even BuzzFeed was one of the first people to put that out. And then in the middle of the day, it's like he woke up and decided that he was gonna double down, like, hey, I said what I said, it was years ago.
Right.
I'm moving on, I'm not apologizing. And then the day ended with him apologizing
Right.
and stepping down. When it seemed like he had to do one or the other, and he decided to do both. And then I woke up to an MLK quote. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Right.
What, where, how?
Once we got down to the actual apology at the end of the day, I was mad that I lived my whole day waiting for this apology. And not only did it come at the end, but you don't have the job. So it's like,
But what was
okay.
happening?
Yeah, what was happening? Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. The only thing I thought the entire time was, Kevin, this is your moment. Mm-hmm. Like, this is your moment that could matter.
Yeah.
What do you want to do to transcend this little tiny moment into making it something that could be a uniting force? So you're talking
agree.
about don't be negative, be positive. Okay, live it out.
Live it out.
Like, all he had to say was, you know what, y'all? I'm so glad that Kevin Hart of 2011 or 2010 didn't get this opportunity and the Kevin Hart of 2018
Agreed.
did. Because now I know this. I've evolved in this way.
Agreed.
And here's why I'm excited to take the opportunity to host the Academy Awards to do this.
Kevin, Jovian is available.
Period.
Like,
At Jovian Zane. Truly, it seemed so apparent to me that this is your time truly to walk it like you talk it, Kevin. Like, there's more for you to do.
Well, Joe, I think if we want to be super truthful, just real final point, we give permission slips for people to be a little bit homophobic in a way that we would not let people be a little bit racist, nor a little bit colorist, right? Right? If someone said something disrespectful to our darker hued sisters, they would spend the rest of their damn life apologizing for that, right?
Agreed.
But all of a sudden, we want to make an exception because it's homophobia, and we have a permissive space in our community to allow and tolerate it.
Church everywhere else.
Agreed.
Correct.
Check.
Correct.
Okay, so moving to another bad apology. One of Offset's alleged mistresses has spoken out. Watch this.
You know, a lot of girls would just deal with this situation and just be like, yo, like, I took Cardi B's nigga, or I'm the reason that they're getting a divorce or anything. Like, I feel ashamed. You know, like, growing up, it's a lot.
I had to take a sip because,
Please.
girl, get off my screen. Like, I'm just so, get off my screen. Okay, so Real Mike Jones 7 tweeted, oh, he was your husband? Like, girl, what do you mean I didn't know how serious your marriage was? Like, how does that even sound?
Okay, first of all, Slumber Bunny, or whatever her name was, I think in real life, once I heard that, she was like, and I just didn't even understand how serious the marriage was. What?
It was serious enough for them to get married, sis.
Period.
Like,
Period.
Like, what
That
else?
was kind
Period.
of the definition of serious.
Right.
And then she went
Maybe.
on to say, I just want to tell Cardi B, first of all, don't tell Cardi B anything.
Nothing.
Don't speak.
Nothing.
Then she said, I want to tell Cardi B, you know, I'm a genuine person.
I'm really a genuine person.
Definition of like you're the opposite of genuine.
Right.
Do you know what words mean?
And I don't condone cheating, right? Period. But if you're going to cheat, Man, I'm to that shit. What you crying, ugly crying on my screen?
Right. Where's that going to get you?
Because Jovi, you're a wife.
I am. Amongst other things, I am.
I know, yes. I mean, we've already named half, right? Business partner, Kevin Hart, she got your strategy. But in the capacity, in the spirit of a wife, as the fuckboys on Twitter like to talk about. What? You know when they're like, you have to walk in the spirit of a wife.
Oh, got it. Okay.
What was your reaction? I was trying to think of what Cardi especially was thinking when she saw this across her screen. Like,
I just couldn't have seen it across my screen. That's like the beginning of the sentence and the end of the sentence. It wouldn't have been across my screen.
Right.
Because my husband and I both know what a real marriage is.
Right.
And we entered into it very seriously. That's why you take those vows.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it just, there are so many different layers to this that are very complicated. We can make tons of jokes, but what is apparent and what's very sad about it is that it represents that there are so many of us who do not understand what a full, whole, successful, beautiful relationship is.
That's true.
Right? And that's why black women today are struggling to find a black man who could hold space for them and vice versa, because we have stuff like this happening. Like, homegirl was really like, I didn't know it was
they're like, the kind of marriage where y'all was faithful to each other, trying to be. Right.
Also, how mad Cardi B isn't, because Cardi would normally get on IG Live if you stepped on her foot.
I'm glad that she knew that she was not in the fact.
She stepped back.
She was like, you are not
it's over.
So in other news, Nicki Minaj is clapping back at those who criticize her new boo for being a convicted sex offender. She posted, he was 15, she was 16, in a relationship. But go off, internet. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run y'all own life. I just, Nicki has put me through so much this year.
I know. That's so funny.
Just when I thought that it couldn't get worse than Q3, here we go in Q4. You're dating a convicted rapist. What did you guys think? Because it all happened so fast, right? She posted the picture. The internet is quick. She posted the picture. 17 mugshots were available within the hour. I was like, damn. Right. But then, I also feel like Nicki has just been associated with a lot of problematic men this year. You know what I mean? She's, obviously she can't decide who her brother is, but she's gotten a lot of blowback for the way she's kind of supported her brother financially during his trial for a child sex crime of some sort. And 6ix9ine, she put him on a song and it went triple platinum, even though he was also pled guilty to the same kind of charge of sex with a child. And then now she's dating this man who had the same situation. Did any of you guys have any strong feelings about this?
What, Ray?
Right.
Anybody else?
Right.
I was like, who wants to? We're tired.
It is kind of proven time and time again how desensitized she can be to just her fans just in general, right? A lot of barbs out there in this world, you say anything wrong on Twitter or anywhere about...
They gotta be tired.
They won't stop.
At this point.
They gotta be on payrolls, what you mean?
I know.
They will DM you for the whole year.
They deserve a bonus.
On a retainer. Most of them probably are. Right.
It's been a busy year.
It's been a busy year.
Right. And so that for me as a fan, that's where I always land. I always say, well, but what about the victims? And what about those people who call you their queen? Because that's what a queen does in real life. They say, listen, I am going to respect you guys and I'm going to have a listening ear and then I'm going to figure this out in a way that's pleasing to you all. Now, I'm not saying that she should live for us or live for the fans.
What I'm saying is
there's this defense mechanism.
Yeah,
it's
don't
like
be
Kevin.
dismissive.
So what? I said I apologize already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's nothing soft about it.
On the other side of Nicki's life, the Grammy nominations were announced last week, and a handful of people think she was snubbed.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that?
But she's not the only artist that was mentioned. Nuya Imani tweeted, J. Cole's not in the Illuminati. That's the only reason I can come up with for him not getting any Grammy noms for KOD. Who do you guys think got snubbed for the Grammys this year? Does anybody think that Queen should have gotten a nomination?
I listened to it a few times. It wasn't the best album I had ever heard. J. Cole really impacts me more because I listened to that album and I was like, well, KOD is like phenomenal. So that definitely feels like Grammys. What's up?
I mean, part of me feels like, and I know Jermaine does not care. He has told us 1,000 times he could care less about the Grammys. The only thing I'm holding on to is that maybe he didn't submit it even for the Grammys. I'm hoping that's the case.
No, I think that the Grammys does this every year. I think that, I don't know. This is
no,
something
they do
that
get it
happens
wrong every year.
And we do the same thing with the Grammys and the Oscars. We say, oh my God, they did it again. Guys. Every year, there are people who are very deserving of it who don't even make it in the building.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So this is not a surprise for me. I'm like, I'll be tuned into the NAACP Awards. They always get it right.
Woo! The Soul Train Awards got it real right this year.
Back to the value that we put on the Grammys and all these white establishments.
Yes.
We want to put the Grammys way up here and all these other black awards that are specifically celebrating us.
Right. And it's they get it right yearly.
Yeah.
I watch the NAACP Awards yearly, and they always get it right. I'm like, Viola's like, I got 19,000 NAACP
Awards.
Why are you guys acknowledging my greatness now?
I have a dissenting opinion.
Let's
I live for Jermaine, ride out Fayetteville, ride out St. John's.
919.
I wasn't here for KOD like that. I appreciated it. I know it's a lot. I hate to bring these dissenting opinions. I got it, I own it, I listen to it, I can appreciate certainly certain songs on it. It just wasn't my favorite. That said, that said, comparatively speaking, I wasn't blown away with any of those Grammy nominations in that category.
Oh,
So
I actually really liked the Album of the Year nominations for the Grammys this year for hip hop. I mean,
got it right.
even Album of the Year.
I'm about to say, we talk about that all day.
Yeah.
Like we want to let family Janelle.
Janelle. I had to get that in there. They got that very right. We have a lot of black people for Album of the Year this year. Even they might just give it to the one white person who got nominated, or Post Malone. God forbid, Jesus.
That is.
But you know,
her is nominated.
Cardi B is nominated for Album of the Year. Drake is nominated, and Kendrick for the Black Panther soundtrack.
Get it. Yeah.
So
And
you know,
I was honest. Drake might as well win everything. Like literally, if you listen to the radio this year,
It has been
you can listen to the radio for an hour straight.
And they do it on purpose.
purpose.
No, it's the same song. They're like, okay.
well, no, because sometimes it's sicko mode, sometimes it's nice for what, sometimes it's something else, it's emotionalist, it's everything. But okay, but see who else folks are nominating for king status in preaching or reaching. The first tweet is from Hadis, who said this about LeBron James. Greatest all-around player of all time, greatest leader of all time, greatest passer of all time, greatest basketball IQ of all time, greatest scorer of all time. Woo! Okay, bruh, we get it. You love LeBron. Rondell, is this tweet preaching or reaching by calling LeBron the GOAT of all things basketball?
You know what? Here's the thing. When a
black person starts with "here's the thing,"
you know what? Because it's hard. It's a similar conversation to the king of R&B. There's a lot of great people, right? Like LeBron is one of the greats. All the things that tweet said are correct. He's one. I'm saying. I'm saying as one of.
But tell us.
Now you can.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Preaching or reaching though.
Reaching.
Before you give us your reasoning, is it a preach or a reach? Let us know
I don't think
where you stand. You gotta pick one.
It's in between, but if I had to pick one, I would say preaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because how about you, Jovian?
Yo, we're talking about our favorite people all day. So, hey, Ron, see you in LA in a minute.
Oh my God.
Flex.
Oh my God.
We're full of flexes today. Hey, LeBron, see you in a minute. I'm gonna be with Jovian. I'll be in her luggage.
No, but real talk,
But is he preaching or reaching?
He's preaching to an extent. Specifically, he's preaching on the act of service and leadership.
Yeah.
Like Bron as a star who's done so much for the game of basketball in terms of like community building, the school, everything else, preaching.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay, so the next tweet is from comedian Kev on Stage, who cracks me up on a regular. He said, Sister Act 2 is quite possibly the best sequel ever, much better than the original. Ray, is he preaching or reaching?
Oh, he is preaching. Was there another Sister Act? Because I don't remember the first one.
There was the first one?
All
I don't know
remember
her.
is Lauryn Hill. All I remember is Oh Happy Day. Is it on Netflix? Because I need.
Oh God.
Wait,
Netflix,
I need to. Wait, we gotta go back. No, I don't remember one at all. I'm dead serious.
I've seen number one happened to be on TV one day, and I was like, wait, what is this?
Oh wait,
I'm
that
not
was
following
the first.
the storyline.
Where are the kids?
Because
I didn't get it.
No, I didn't. I didn't get it. First of all, it redefines nunnery, if that's a word.
Nunnery.
and almost made me want to be one because I thought it was just like
lit.
I get just a milli rack and be a nun at the same time. That's kind of dope.
Right. Like the white woman who had her moment in the first one, y'all were like, and bye.
Right. I was like, oh, they just went to the sequel.
Right, that's it.
Everything he said.
Everything. Preaching or reaching?
That is absolutely preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everything Ray said on that.
Really?
Yeah.
He taught me how. He taught me how.
He taught me how.
To walk, right and pray. Taught me how to live my life. Okay. We've got one more from Callie B that says, Flavor of Love was the best reality show of our time. Endless laughs and foolery, much like this show. Who wants to take this one? Is it a preach or reach, Ray?
Yo. I can't remember her name, but when she spit
Is it
on...
preach? To start with, is it preach?
When she spit on Miss New York and Miss New York spent around and ran after her and grabbed her down. Yeah. Listen,
it's a preach.
Just the words
That's a preach.
Just the names. You name somebody Bucky. You
those nicknames kill
Those
me.
nicknames will go down. Do you remember Charm School?
Yeah, Monique.
That would have never happened if it wasn't for Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love started a lot of things.
First of all, anybody kissing Flavor Flav on any level at any time is just the most entertaining but non-entertaining thing in the world. And so
I just used to cringe when they would actually kiss.
Is it gonna happen?
And
nobody was here for the actual romance.
Right.
Jovi, so was it a preach or a reach?
I mean,
is that your favorite reality show of our time?
It was not my favorite reality show of all time.
So it's a reach.
It's a reach.
Okay. Finally, it's time for my last word. Okay, so if you follow me on Twitter or are in my close friend circle on Instagram, you already know that this is about to be about Drake on vacation. Because, honey, Drake was giving me selfies with the beard all thick and juicy and the skin all clear, giving me a squint like, you really think you done with me, sis? Because you not. Here I am, still fine, on vacation. And then he was giving me abs and his random array of tattoos and a whole shower showing off how big it is and all the things you can do in there on the gram, on the Instagram. And I'm like, Drake, like, are you trying to, I can't tell if I never want this vacation to end or if I need it to end immediately from my health, because the thirst is real. Like, I'm ashamed of myself, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm really ashamed. Like, I thought I was past it, and then I was like, oh, I'm not. And I don't know if it's because Drake just doesn't do this often. Like, he doesn't flex like this on Insta Story often. He only does it every now and then. But I swear to God, I was at brunch, and his face popped up on my screen. I was like, oh my God, he's just, I'm trying to give light-skinned men up in 2019. I can't. The devil is a light-skinned man with a beard and a lot of rap hits. Don't let him get you, sis. Champagne Poppy, never stop. My alerts are on. That's all I got. I'm so. But thirst aside, thank you all for joining us this week. I'm Sylvia Obell. I'll see you right here next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for Hella Opinions. See ya.